Well, my name is Father George Salzman, and you'll never guess where I'd like to welcome you to. I'd like to welcome you to the Harvard Catholic Center here at the magic intersection of Bell and Arrow Streets in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'd like to welcome you on behalf, not on my own behalf, but that of our pastor and senior chaplain, Father Bill Kelly, and my colleague, the undergraduate chaplain, Father Patrick Fiorello. And also, if you think about our other colleagues, farther abroad, are the Archbishop of Boston, Cardinal Sean, and the Bishop of Rome, Pope Francis. And then at the center and at the heart of the matter is the simple fact that God so loved the world that he sent his only son. And in this time when many of us feel sort of alone, how important to remember that whatever we face, God is there for us. And God didn't stand on the sidelines sort of sending orders or wishes or advice, but came to be with us and joined us shoulder to shoulder and to face the difficulties and the troubles that we all know and that we all face. And we know too that Christ, his resurrection, has power in our lives today. I'd like to just show you the lounge here, and I'd like to make an important point that today's the first Thursday of the month, and so normally it would be packed with students. It would be packed for a pasta dinner with grad students, and students from all the professional schools such as business and medicine and law, and then with postdocs, and then with young professionals in all those fields, beginning architects, beginning lawyers, beginning doctors. A lot of resident physicians used to run the dinner for a period of time. If you think, isn't that something with they have no time at all. And the dinners really do well. I know that because I do so many weddings that come out of them. I remember once we go around the room and we do our names and our fields, what we're studying or working in. And one night we went around and the third person pointed to the fourth and said, we met here a year ago when we offered to do cleanup, and we'd like to announce our engagement. And then it went around to the seventh person who pointed to the fourth, seventh, the eighth, and said, we weren't going to announce it, but we got engaged a month ago, and we met here. And of course, to great applause. And so in September, when I told the law school about this, I told them about the dinners, but then I said, by the way, after telling that story, if you don't want to get married, hide under a table or do something like that. And of course, we had the echo of that, the baby boom, on top of that. Over here, this is a print of a window in London of John Lafarge. It's in a cathedral there, not St. Paul's Cathedral, but the one on the south side of the Thames, Southern Cathedral, because it was in that church that John Harvard was baptized. So if I give you a moment just to take a look at that, you have John the Baptist baptizing the Lord, and in memory of John Harvard, who was baptized on that date. Now, it was actually the state who founded the university, but John Harvard, this church is located between where the Globe Theater is now and the Tabard, the coaching inn was, where Chaucer's Pilgrim started out. And John Harvard's stepfather, his father died in the plague when John Harvard was about 20. His stepfather had, I think, a coaching inn in there, and the money of that passed down to him, and John Harvard left that to the university when he died early in Charlestown of illness. And so that really, the state founded the school, that was the founder, but he sustained it by his generosity to us. I wanted to just mention quickly something that fits the present time, and that's the cathedral across the Thames, the St. Paul's Cathedral. Its most famous dean, the one we all had in our literature books, would be John Donne. John Donne, he was in the third cathedral there in the early 1600s, and he's known for that Meditation 17, which we've heard all our lives, and it seems to me speaks really aptly to our present situation. Our present situation where we tend to be isolated, but we know the heart of the matter is to keep in touch with each other and to be supportive of each other, and not to leave anyone to their own trouble, but to be supportive and helpful to them in it. And that's the famous line, no man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a part of the continent, a piece of the main. If a cloud be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, or a manor house of thine own or of thy friends were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore do not send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. The image, obviously, is of a church bell tolling the knell of a funeral. Where our church bells here, Walter Jackson Bate, who used to be in the senior common room in Adams House, used to tell me that our bells here in the Great Tower at St. Paul's were the finest bells west of Westminster Chime, a Big Ben in London. And but that matter of losing people is very much in our hearts, and so we pray wholeheartedly for people's safety. And we pray wholeheartedly that we support each other in this difficult time. We pray and wholeheartedly that doctors and nurses who put their lives on the line for us, not to be left to their own devices in being kept safe. Any man's death diminishes me because I am involved in mankind. Do not send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. That is to say, none of us are islands. All of us are united in the Lord. John, not the Baptist, but John the Evangelist said, I am the vine and you are the branches. And so we are. And it's important that we embody that. It's especially important that we embody that at a time like this.